Welcome to another Moonday Monday. And today is such a heightened moon day, for we have a full wolf moon today. So let's get started on our Ajna practice, where we really open up to the intuitive faculties that we have within us, shall we? So I invite you to come to your mat, as always. You may want a blanket, a block or two as modification tools. And just come into your Siddhasana or Sukhasana or Ardha Siddhasana, whatever is comfortable for you. And come to the breath. Take a nice deep inhalation. Maybe you lower your gaze or you close your eyes. And let it all out through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. And let it all go through the mouth. One more deep inhalation through the nose. Let it all go. I invite you to just feel into the space beneath you right now and feel supported by Earth Mother. Maybe you take your hands on either side of you and feel into the space beneath you with the fingers. And just notice. Notice the way that your physical body is feeling in space and time right now. Notice how the mental body is producing its thoughts right now. What are those thoughts? Just notice them. They aren't right or wrong. They're just thoughts. And feel centered and feel grounded as you have your fingertips on the space beneath you. Just notice how you're feeling emotionally right now. Take in all of the sensations from your heart space, from your head space. Just take in all of the different sensations. And then let them go. Know that you are not those thoughts that get produced and ripple out. Know that you are not the sensations of the physical body. Know that you are the witness, the awareness as it is arising at this moment, right here and right now. You are the awareness in which it is arising right here, right now. I invite you to take a deep inhalation and bring your hands up over your head. Let your palms meet at the center and exhale them down to your heart center. Your eyes may still be lowered or closed completely. Inhale, the hands come back up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Aligning yourself with your breath and being present in the awareness as it is arising. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now keep your hands at your heart center in prayer. And we begin with 3 ohms today. Take a deep inhalation and exhale into the sound Om. Deep inhalation. Now we begin with our Niralamba invocation. So if you know that invocation, sing along with me. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchitananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Niralambam Samashritya Salambam Vijahatiya Sasamyasi cha yogi cha Kaivalyam param ashnute. Deep inhalation. And Om. Bow to your heart and bow to the Supreme Soul within as well as without. Rub your hands together, create some friction, and place them on your face. Allow that invocation to sink in. Never absent. Always at peace. The luminescence of everything. Give yourself a nice massage on the face. One more time. Peel back your fingertips from your eyes and open up to a new atmosphere and awareness that you've created for yourself in this moment now. So if you are joining me and not just watching me, I encourage you to really feel into all that I am cueing here, because these are not just words. This is not just a message. This is a process. It's a technology. And so when you can tap into that technology and you can harness it and utilize it to your highest good, now you are really in yoga. Atha yoga nushasanam, now yoga, right? And so you are learning through the process. It's not just about the asanas. This is an asana that we are in right now. It's not about, tweaking ourselves and converting ourselves into these movements that seem like, the ones that are supposed to be accomplished in yoga. It's not about that. It's about being able to stay still. It's about being able to go inward, release, trust, and evolve the soul through the lessons of discernment, through vairagya, colorlessness. non-attachment or detachment doesn't necessarily mean to take yourself out of the world, go live in a cave somewhere and become an ascetic. Vairagya means to be involved in everything completely, wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly do everything with abundance from your heart. And be as present as you can in every moment. And when you do that, you're just accepting everything as it is. And if it is time for whatever it is that comes across your path to go on to another one, that's okay too, and you accept it. That is a part of vairagya. That is a part of aparigraha, which is not grasping, not clinging to, but allowing it to be. Okay, so that is a part of, the first limb of yoga, yama limb. And just really recognizing that you have that capability. That is our birthright, is volition, free will, choice. And we can always exercise that will in every action that we make, including stillness. Because even stillness is an action. How? Because we are deciding that that is how we will remain. And it's not easy to stay in stillness. Everyone should know. Especially in the world that we are living in today, we think that we need to be producing and doing constantly. But that's not the case. We need to let go of the old narratives, relax into the stillness, and be okay with what comes through and the intuitive downloads. Be open and receptive to intuition. Be open and receptive to the messages that are coming through from the ear behind the ear. And so with that said, today we are really going to be focusing on releasing. Release any expectations of what you anticipate this practice to look like. Maybe you know some things about chakras. Maybe you know some things about subtle energetics. And that's wonderful. And I invite you to hold that knowledge and that wisdom with you for this practice and the energy that it will entail for you in your practice and what is needed. But also remain open and receptive to newness and novelty, and maybe a different way of looking at this idea of subtle energetics and how you can work with that. So I did not create an actual practice today purposely because I wanted to just allow my intuition to flow us through the Vinyasa practice. So let me let him out because I know that halfway through it he will be meowing at me.
Come here, you want to go outside? You want to go outside? Yes, you do. I know it.
All right. So hopefully you were with me in the first part of the class where I was just really talking about our satsang, our coming to truthfulness, okay? And so we did an invocation and we are here, we're grounded, we're centered. And now we're going to begin with our sankalpa, right? We're going to set an intention of how we want not only this day and this week to show up for us, but we're also inviting in, because it is a full moon, the time for releasing, the time for getting rid of the old and bringing in the new. What we're going to do today is harness the auspiciousness of this full moon. And we're going to set more intentions on what we are wanting to embrace, what we are wanting to become for 2025. So I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze. Bring your palms facing up and set them on your thighs. Take a nice deep inhalation and let it out through the mouth. Quiet down and just listen with the ear behind the ear. And ask, your higher self. What is the truth? What do I know that is true for me right now? Just take 90 seconds to go inward and ask, what is true for me right now? What do I know that is true about me? How am I feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically? What is my truth right now? Beyond the thoughts of right and wrong doing, there is a field, says Rumi. I'll meet you there. Beyond the space of right and wrong doing, there is a field of truthfulness in all its infinite potential. Can you see it with your mind's eye? Well, if you can't see it yet, maybe by the end of this class, you will be. Okay, so come onto your knees. This is where you might want your blanket. You can just put it in the center of your mat and then come into child's pose. This is the first one of the day. It might be a little rough on your hips. So just, you can use a block, and you can put the block down on your head here, and you can bring out your hands in front of you, and you don't have to sink all the way back into your full child's pose yet. If this is comfortable for you and you have your hips a little bit raised, that's all right too. Okay, so you're just modifying yourself into this asana where you're coming into a child's pose and relaxing as much as you can into it. Okay, so as you're doing this, you are concentrating and focusing on your third eye. Okay, right between your eyebrows, bring your focus and see that truth for yourself and how it is that you want to show up for yourself in 2025. See the truth about yourself. None of the false narratives that are coming through. Do not allow those false beliefs to come through. That is what we are releasing today. Any of those false beliefs that carried from 2024, from the last 2 weeks, from any time before, right now. We're releasing any of those false beliefs, and we are embracing anything that we know is the truth of us. We are awareness in which everything is arising right now. And so in that moment, we embrace the intuition of love and light, of love and light. And set your intention on how you want to show up for yourself. Know that now your finances can be heightened. Know that now your love life is fully expressible. Know that now your heart is open wide and the planets have an affinity for this. So lead from your heart and ask yourself how you can show up for yourself right now and moving forward into the year 2025. Exhale it all out, let it go. Inhale, come up to all fours. Make sure your knees are stacked under your hips and bring your elbows to your knees and go one hand with distance to bring yourself up to a perpendicular position where your wrists are stacked under your shoulders and your knees are stacked under your hips. Can you see me okay? All right, inhale, lift your chin, spine goes down, exhale, roll it out, chin comes to chest. Inhale, chin lifts, spine lowers. Exhale, spine lifts and chin comes in. Keep doing that at your pace. Create a supple spine. Create some movement. Create some heat in the body. Maybe you feel into it and do any movements that are calling to your body now. Whenever your spine goes lower and your chin comes up, that's when you inhale. When your spine lifts and your chin goes down, that's when you exhale. Move to your body's rhythm. However your body is asking you to create flow, move with your breath and allow your breath to propel your movements. This is your practice. It's all unique to you. Ready? When you are ready, push yourself from your hands up to a down dog. And your first down dog, go ahead and pedal it out. Maybe you have slow movements. Knees bend with an inhale. You exhale, one foot straightens, the other one stays bent. Go inward and see your body in your mind's eye and respond to what your body is calling for right now. Lift your hips up toward the sky even higher and lower both feet down to the mat. Bring your gaze towards your fingers and walk yourself up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, fold in, grab both elbows with opposite hands, and just give yourself a little side stretch on either side, gently bending the knees, not locking them. Hello. Again, inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, step back into a plank. You might want to move your blanket now. And roll your spine up. Bring yourself a little bit more forward from your wrists. And chaturanga down, exhale. Nose, chin, chest hits the mat. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your down dog. And take 3 good breaths here. Allow your ears to just relax next to your arms. Maybe you move your neck from side to side just so that you create less friction. And on your last exhale, walk your feet again to your hands. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Samastiti. And breathe. So I think we're going to do a mandala practice today. So we're going to begin facing this way, but we will eventually be facing the opposite way and then coming back to this, okay? Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands go down, touch the ground. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, bring your right foot back. Low lunge, knee hits the mat. Bring the top side of your foot on your right foot back and give yourself a nice thrusting forward here. Your left knee is at a 90-degree angle still. Inhale, hands come up overhead. And breathe a couple of good breaths here. What can I let go of that's no longer serving me? Exhale, hands come down to meet left foot. Left foot comes behind. Stay in that modified plank and chaturanga down. Nose, chin, chest hits the mat. Roll the spine up. And exhale, back to down dog. And breathe. What do I want my life to look like in 2025? How can I show up for that vision? Inhale, right foot comes into a three-leg dog. Exhale, right foot comes to meet the hands and drop that left knee. Top of the foot on the left foot comes down onto the mat. Inhale, come up. We're thrusting forward. Right knee is bent in a 90-degree angle. Inhale, hands come up. How do I want to embrace my inner light? How do I want it to shine more, and what can I do to make that happen? Exhale, hands come down to meet that left foot. Come on to the ball of your left foot and come forward with straightening your right knee and just roll onto the forward part of your right leg. Inhale, bend your right foot or your right knee and look up. Exhale, straighten the right foot and come all the way down where your forehead meets your shin. Again, inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, bring the left knee back down. And we're just going to open up the hip a little bit on the right side here. So go ahead and roll your hip on the right out with circles of your knee. Small circles, and keeping the stability of your palms and your left knee, holding the strength of the core of your body here while you are opening up the right hip. So maintaining the safety of your posture. Just opening up the right hip. Switch directions. Come back to neutral. Lift the left knee off the mat and come into a plank. Forward a little bit. Chaturanga down. Nose, chin, chest. Roll the shoulders up. Up dog or cobra. Exhale back to your down dog. And breathe. Inhale, lift that left leg into a three-leg dog. Exhale, that right foot forward. drop the right knee, and we're going to open up this hip. So go ahead and roll in circles with that left knee going out away from the body, keeping the strength and stability between both palms and that right foot, keeping the body stable while you're opening up this right or left hip rather. So just feel into that hip space, knowing that it's connected to all of this physical body. And anything that is left residual in the root chakra region, we are cleansing and clearing so that we can make room for the new. Out with the old and in with the new. Switch directions. You can go as wide with the circles of your knee as you want. Just remember to maintain that strength. You are not hypermobile here. This is not a hyperflexible asana. We are just opening the hip, and we're doing it gently, cleansing and moving any impure energy from our root chakra so that we can make room for Ajna. So you're going to, what did I do again? Oh yeah. Sorry, see, this is what happens when I don't write it down and I go with intuition. So you're going to bend that right foot with an exhale. Straighten the right leg with an exhale. Inhale. Straighten into a lunge with the right foot, and then the left leg straightens with your exhale. So again, inhale, knee bends on the left, and you look up. Exhale, chin comes down, leg straightens. Okay. Now, bring that left foot to meet the right, and chaturanga down. Nose, chin, chest, roll the shoulders back. You're either in an up dog, or you're in a cobra. Exhale, come to your child's pose. And just notice. Notice for a moment, how did that make your physical body feel? Just in those small, subtle, intentional movements. How did it feel to set an intention to release? What needed to be released? Just things to concentrate on and focus on for a moment. And come back up to all fours. Push yourself into a down dog. Inhale, look up towards your hands. And exhale, hop or step forward and forward fold. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, right foot back. Come into a warrior one. Inhale, and the spine goes in, chin comes up. Exhale into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale into warrior two, deepen into the pose. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Pivot sideways and come into your Trikonasana. Inhale, bend the left knee. Extended side angle. Exhale and cartwheel down. Chaturanga. Nose, chin, chest. Roll the shoulders back. Up dog or cobra. Exhale into your down dog. And breathe. Nice, strong, subtle body here. Feeling the heat and feeling in control. Inhale, right foot comes up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot meets the hands and pivot that back foot to where your big toe is meeting the left corner of the front side of your mat. Inhale into your warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, side lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Pivot forward and come into your Trikonasana. Inhale, bend the right knee. Hand comes overhead, extended side angle. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Bring your right foot to be parallel with the short side of your mat. So now both feet are parallel with the short side of your mat. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Exhale, keep your knees strong here so your quads are nice and strong. And forward fold with your legs extended. Right hand comes to be right under your shoulder. Inhale and bring your left hand up. Spinal twist. Your gaze is up towards your left thumb. Few good breaths here. Exhale, hand comes down. And right hand comes up with your inhale. Exhale, your right hand comes down. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, pivot that right foot to where now you are facing the opposite direction on your mat. And bring your left foot to meet your right. And you're just going to come into your plank for a moment and stay there. Feel strong, feel sturdy and stable, and breathe. Through your fingertips, relax into this. Through your core, strengthen into this. Exhale, chaturanga down. Hover over the earth, nose, chin, chest hits the earth. Roll the spine up, the shoulders come back. Come into up dog, or you come into your cobra, and exhale into your child's pose. Inhale, come up to your tabletop. Exhale and thread the needle down. Give yourself a spinal twist. And on your next exhalation, push your body up with your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, the left hand threads the needle. And breathe a few good breaths here. And exhale it out. Come back up to your neutral tabletop. Very good. So now we are going to do more of a peak to pose so that we can get into our crow. If you're familiar with crow pose, it's an arm balancing pose, all right? So that's really going to activate and heighten our third eye. So what we want to do, now that our arms are getting warmed up, we want to continue warming them up with a little sequence. It's not going to be a heavy sequence, it's just going to be movement. So like a Chakra reconnect. So we're just going to inhale and come into a modified plank. Thrust so you're thrusting your pelvis in. Bring your toes together, inhale. Exhale and push your body back. So you inhale, come into like a modified plank, thrust the pelvis forward, and bring the chin up, and then push with your shoulders back to child's pose. So continue like that in your own time and your own breath. About 6 of these. Your knees are as wide as your mat here. You might want that blanket. Sorry that I didn't cue that. Allow your breath to propel the movement. When you're thrusting forward, that's your inhalation, and when you're pushing yourself back, that's your exhalation. But the movement is being propelled by your breath. One more. And exhale back. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is come on to your palms here and really like start to create some circles. We're strengthening our wrists. So you're creating some circles, and your intention and your focus, your pranadharana, is right here at your wrists. So when you come forward, you feel that extension at your wrists. You come back, you feel some strength in your forearms. So you come forward, feel some strength in your wrists. Roll back and feel that strength in your forearms. Okay, and continue like that. Okay. So now what I want you to do is just come up to like a forward fold. But when you're doing that, you're spreading out your feet to where they're now as wide as your arms are from your shoulders, okay? And just kind of bend in with your knees on your shoulders here. And just feeling into that for a moment. Just like putting the pressure of your knees on the back sides of your shoulders here. And just feeling that pressure and feeling the pressure on your wrists. Okay, come out of that. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, forward fold. Remembering the breath and stillness is okay. So now when you come into this crow, you are slowly easing yourself into it. So your weight is shifting onto your wrists, and you're keeping strong and stable in your core, and really focusing your intention at your third eye. How do I want to show up today? How do I want to show up today? How do I want to show up today? There really is no such thing as yesterday or tomorrow. All we have is this moment right here, right now. So breathe into the moment. Breathe into the asana and release. Trust. And when you're ready to slowly come out of it, you just bring your knees to the earth and come out. Allow the stillness to come over you for a moment, and then come back onto your back. Lower yourself down. Come into your constructive rest and just notice what's happening in your body right now. Breathe. And notice what's happening in your body. Notice the way that the heart is beating. Notice the way that the energy is flowing. How does the physical body feel? And now what kind of thoughts is the mental body producing? And what of the emotional body? How is that speaking to you at this moment? And oh, can you feel the energy? So we're going to do a little counter pose for our wrists now. And we're going to go into a wheel. So before we go into wheel, we're just going to do some bridge poses to kind of prepare. So you're going to bring your heels back to where your fingertips are touching your heels. And you can use that block, like I've cued before, in between your hips here, just to keep your hips at a safe distance from one another when you're thrusting your hips up, okay? So you inhale, exhale, and thrust your hips up, peeling your spine from the lower base of your spine all the way up to your cervical spine and your neck. Take a deep breath in and exhale down. Again, inhale and exhale up. Inhale there. Exhale, roll the spine down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale up. Inhale and exhale up. Maybe you can clasp your fingers together under you and thrust your hips up a little bit more here. Inhale at the top and exhale. Bring your shoulders out and roll the spine down. Very good. So you see, asanas will help us break through the barriers of what we think that our physical body can do. Same with like the crow pose and this wheel that we're about to go into. So slowly we're going to peel ourselves up in an opposite position. So your hands are going to come behind you to where your wrists are now in opposite direction. And you can either push yourself all the way up, or you can slowly do this. So it's like a school bus. We have different stops that we take, right? And so as we're taking those stops, then we can feel into and notice what it is that our body is allowing us to do today. So as we do that, then the first step is to just bring the wrists back, right? And as we feel that, ooh, how does that feel? How does that feel on our elbows, on our shoulders, on our wrists, right? And then once we push our body up, now we're on the tops of our heads. And we're able to then adjust a little bit, keeping the strength in our quadriceps. Now we inhale and push the body up. Push the body up. And focus on the space between the eyebrows. Maybe you find that you can lift one of your legs. When you're ready, bend your elbows, come back to the top of your head, and roll yourself down to your back. Grabbing your knees to your chest and just give yourself a little back massage here. And breathe. Go ahead and tee your hands out on either side of you here. Exhale and bring your knees toward the right elbow. And just look over to the opposite side of where your knees are now. Maintain the control of your breath. Exhale them back to center. Inhale. Exhale, the knees go to the left. And look opposite. And exhale back to center. Lift the legs opposite so they're in a 90-degree angle and perpendicular to the ground. They're a 90-degree angle from your body and perpendicular to the ground. Okay, reach your hands up to try and touch your toes here. And exhale, your left leg goes down towards the earth. Right leg stays up. Inhale, left leg comes to meet. Exhale, right leg down. Inhale, right foot comes up. Exhale, left leg goes down. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, right leg goes down. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, both feet in. Widen your hips from one another. And then give yourself a little bit of a massage here. You should feel that up in your latissimus dorsi. And just let yourself come into a gentle shavasana just for a moment. We're not done, but just for a moment. When you're ready, roll onto your left side and just feel the space beneath you for just a moment. And rebirth, push yourself up and come back into your easy seat. And so now we are back full circle to the beginning. Knowing that we are here in this moment, and that's all there is. It can't be any other way. Knowing that all the rules of this practice that I have put myself through are my rules. That I'm responsible for everything that I do, the choices that I make, the responses that I proactively participate in. It's my responsibility. And what is here right now is all there is. It cannot be any other way. There is no yesterday. There is no tomorrow. There's only this moment right here and right now. And I choose to show up. I choose to be in my power. I choose to be present. I know that I'm protected. I know I have what it takes to be patient. And I wholeheartedly know my purpose. I know that was a quick Shavasana today, but I'm trying to stay true to the hour-long sessions. I was going to go 45 minutes, but it turned into an hour. And so I just wanted to bring up a few things of this practice and what we did today. So this was an Ajna Chakra sequence that was really tapping into the intuitive faculties that we have within us and releasing that which no longer serves us, to invite in and trust into the intuitive downloads that are coming in. So we're making room, we're making space for being able to conduct from a place of awareness in which everything is arising. Those are our intentions for today, for this week, for 2025. As we know, they are all one, because all there is this moment. So involve yourself in every moment as the co-creator in your life, with the divine, with the super soul, the Paramatman that's right here, resting at the seat of yourself. You have that within you. That is you. So involve yourself with that, trust with that, and relax into knowing that you are nestled, you are cradled, and you are supported by your higher faculties. So just stay present with that. Stay in that awareness, and you will be fine, you will be good. But it's a matter of practice. It's a matter of continuously remaining in that place. You know, practice becomes firmly grounded when well attended to for a long time, without break and in all earnestness. I know I feel it. If I go a little bit without doing my practice, it's not about the asana as much as it is all of the other parts of yoga that is the practice. It's sitting with my pious bodies and journaling about that. How do I want to show up for my physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual bodies today? It makes a huge difference on how we set the tone for this moment, and then how we hold ourselves accountable for remaining true to our intentions. It's a training, it's a retraining, a biofeedback for the mind to express new genes, to be at your highest self, to be feeling vital, to be feeling alive, to be feeling rejuvenated. That's all because you are retraining yourself to be a different version of yourself right now. And you have that capability. All of us do. That is the gift of this human experience. So I invite you to really, and encourage you to really tap into that right now. So I wanted to talk a little bit about astrology and what today represents in the cosmos, you know. So there's a lot of energetics. If you look out on a clear night sky, you can see so much. It's a beautiful light show happening out there right now, you know, with this full moon, with the Purnima. The full wolf moon is such a powerful wolf moon because, yes, we are meant to release, but we're also meant to embrace, and this is the most auspicious time for us to embrace and really look into how we can utilize this time on a level that is beyond, because this year represents huge transformational shifts. Not only is Venus and Saturn almost conjunct, that should be happening on the 17th of this month. And you can see that in at least where we are in the Southwest Territory of California. In the western sky at night, you can really see Venus and Saturn just above her. But not only that, Pluto is there. And Pluto has just come back into Aquarius, where it's been gone away from that area, but it will be in this space where newness is here. Newness is arising through Pluto. There's a lot of transformation, spiritual growth happening right now for us. So I encourage you to really tap into that for yourself and really reflect on what is it? What is it that, has been going on? Like, think back to even the beginning of November with the surge of all of the planets moving and going into retrograde. Just feel into that. What was happening for you during that time? Did you notice any weirdness in the beginning of November happening for you? How were you feeling in the summer of last year? And then moving into the beginning of this year, how were you feeling? Did you notice any kind of an energetic pull? Know that it is, and trust that this is for your spiritual growth, that this is everything needed for you to evolve. Okay. So what do I have? For the Vedic full moon, the full moon is in Gemini. In the tropical full moon's zodiac, the full moon is in Cancer. So if we're going off of the Vedic astrological charting, if the moon is in Gemini, now is the ample time for communication, the ample time to really make contacts with people. Open yourself up to that, especially with Venus being so prominent and there, and your co-creation with planetary alignment and the affinities that they hold, the archetypes that the planets have within them, you have within you. As above, so below. So all that is emanating from the macrocosm is emanating in the microcosm as well. So feel into that and know that making contacts now in all different aspects of your life, financial contacts, so your business contacts, your romantic contacts, your best friend contacts, your peer contacts, anything like that, communicating and conveying your intentions for how you want to show up for yourself and for others. This is a collective. Now is the time, my friends. So go into that, and also remember, like, with all of the heightened awareness and emotions that are happening, make sure that you find time to relax with good company around you, ones that have the same types of thoughts, feelings, memories, and emotions, ones that are spiritually inclined to help heighten and propel the movement toward where it is that you're wanting to go in your life. Birds of a feather flock together, so hold the community high in that which you want to become, because there's such thing as mirror neurons, and you will find that you are part and parcel to all that you surround yourself with in your environments. So keeping that in mind, you have the strength and you have the ability to do what it is that you need to do in order to bring forth hard-working force. Okay, so the nakshatra that we're in right now, nakshatra is having to do with the phase of the moon and the Moonday. So we today are in nakshatra Ardra, and Ardra is the god of storms. He's fearsome. But the stormy weather is what's needed, right? Because what happens when the storm comes? Everything gets cleared. And everything is revealed, so to speak, right? Everything is raw in its rawest form. And so when the storm hits, Ardra is there to bring about clarity, to dust off that smoky mirror for you. So embrace that also. I mean, today is such a beautiful day for you to really set intentions, write them down. But I encourage you to make sure that what it is that you're writing down is all of the things that you want to bring into your life. Do everything you can to focus on the things that you want to see in your life. I've got this stuff going on, and I really don't want this stuff in my life. And why is this? What do? If we write that down, we are making it more concrete. So just know that you are a powerful being and that you have, like, every thought becomes a thing. So the more that you are focusing on the things that you want to become, the things that you want yourself to be, that is what you will see all around you. So that is the beauty of that saying that Gandhi said, that the quote of Gandhi, that you be the change you wish to see in the world. Because the more that you become that, the more that it becomes, the more that that's all you see. So embrace that. Embrace that you have that power within you. All of us do. And as a collective, that's the power of an Agya practice, is that when we can tap into the collective consciousness, now we are one with everything. Osho says there's only one letter off from being alone, and that's the L of all one. We are all one, friends. And the more that you embrace that, the more that you believe in that, then everything that you do is emanating out for the higher good of you, right? That is a beautiful, selfish way of being, if you ask me, because that is creating peace for all within this one first and foremost, right? Because if you are focusing on this one and you know that this one is connected to the all, then you are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this one is in balance. Because then no matter where you go, no matter what you see, everything will be in that space of sattva, of balance, between the heightened activities and that lower inertia. Okay, what else do I have here? Just keep working hard and persistent, because this stormy weather, as long as you stay true to your innermost desires, and those innermost desires are the Paramatman's desires for you, that's the one who has the reins, all your goals will be coming true. That is my blessing. I bless that upon you, that all of your goals will come into fruition for the greater good. And really focus on this time when Mars retrogrades, because it's a time for personal growth, friends. And Mars is in retrograde, which is why we can see him in the sky so prominently. You'll see just south to the moon tonight, just south, north, closest to us, here moon would be, and here is Mars up here, and Jupiter is like up here, and on the opposite side of space is Venus and Saturn in the sky, and then way opposite over here is like the Sun and Mercury, but those are also conjunct. So there's a lot going on, and I encourage you to take advantage, because when the planets align like this, which they will be in complete alignment, which does not happen, I think it's every 200 years that the planets become aligned totally. That is happening on the 25th of January. So really, now, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for all that is to come. And know that you have the power to become all that you want to be. Embrace it. Become it. Know that you already are it. Focus on your future self in the present now. And feel into it. Don't just focus with your third eye. Okay? Bring that down and bridge that. That's the whole meaning of Hatha. Hatha yoga is bringing that logical, masculated mind stuff and bridge it with the heart, that feminine divine. That's what's rising, and it's coming into alignment. So allow it to. And with Saturn being in, right next, in almost conjunction, but also in retrograde right now, I'll tell you what, you're going to find some unconventional ways and unexpected ways to solve to create solutions for your life. And they're going to show up in the most unexpected ways for you, but in a way that is wow, I wouldn't have thought of that. Thank you. Right? But just pay attention. Just pay attention and know that everything is happening for your greater good. everything is happening for your greater good, for your soul's evolution, okay? So yes, there's so much going on, but embrace it and also remain quiet. Like, and what I mean by that is through that, you remain humble. You know that like all of it is happening in divine order, in divine timing. And then you're like, okay, all right, I'm here, I'm showing up, I'm listening with the ear behind the ear, and I'm realizing that like I need to allow asmita, I need to allow ego and my expectations of what should be, right, to be out here with that bag of karma, okay? And the one that has the reins that is focusing on the greater good for the all. It's not about our own stuff, right? And, oh, you know, I don't want to have this go away, or, oh, I don't want this to be gone from my life. And you know what? And nothing is permanent, my friends. Nothing is totally permanent, except for knowing that you have never been born and you will never die, that you are always present and always at peace. That you can count on. Okay, so there's one card that I pulled for today. I went way over, I apologize. It is about how we can go into a meditation. It says, I sit still in meditation regularly, as I know there is power in silence. I seek out stillness during some part of every day. In the silence, I am open to receive without asking and without expectation. In the silence, I will hear and see the truth. Rest, tranquility, and peace are rejuvenating to my spirit. Miraculous emotional, mental, and physical healings are available when I am open to receive. A very nice, well-rounded way of saying all of that which this class was representative of. And so I encourage you to go back and hopefully you will do the practice and you will continue learning through these practices. It's not about necessarily doing exactly what I'm teaching you. It's learning through the teachings on how to respond to your body, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So do that. Embrace that. Know that you are the power that you've always sought for. Hariom. Take care.